OK, so I'll admit I am sometimes partial to the odd swear word, and I'm certainly not one to be easily offended. However, I currently have a bee in my bonnet about swearing. In particular, how it's become normal for people in the public eye to drop swear words with casual ease, seemingly not caring who may be watching. Whether it's Robbie Williams bizarrely giving us the finger at the World Cup, or Gary Lineker dropping the F words repeatedly in his tweets, everyone seems to be at it. And I'm old school. I don't swear in front of kids, definitely not in front of grandparents, and I'd certainly try to do my best to avoid doing it on social media. I think swearing makes me look a tad crude, rather than cool. And if anything, I'm trying to reduce the amount I do it. So, am I being a snowflake, or do I have a point that it's time for those in a position of influence to watch their P's and Q's?
Michelle, outside of here, I am Dr. Pottymouth, all right? I cannot be stopped. I make Gordon Ramsay look like a primary school teacher, OK? All right? Expletives, as you might call them, are expressive to me, all right? I do swear. I swear a lot.
Do you put it in writing on social media?
In fact, I'll put it. It takes every last second of my training in the military, OK, to stop me, especially when AFA was on, from dropping F-bombs left, right, and centre. All right, absolutely, OK. So I don't think that the odd thing on Twitter or that, you know. And if you look down my Twitter handle, I swear regularly.
Do you swear on Twitter?
I do swear on Twitter. Yeah, I don't. Or else people aren't getting the real me. Right. I deconstructed my book. When I wrote my book, OK, it came back, all right, and I did it with a ghostwriter. I don't, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And it came back and it was like, hi, today I did this. No, I didn't. I did it this way. And I had to insert swear words at appropriate places. Otherwise, it just wasn't me that was in that book. So if you want to see the real me, which is what social media is about, seeing the real Gary Lineker, well, drop the old F-bomb. Do you know what I mean? You ain't gonna harm nobody.
So don't you... So my mum will be watching this and my mum will laugh, going, I can't believe that Michelle has chosen this topic because she knows that I swear.
Uses the F word like a comma at home, yeah. I'll get that, yeah.
But I do, and that is me, and I am trying to change it because I don't really like it, but it's a habit. But on social media, etc., or on wherever, I just feel uncomfortable because I think, well, I don't even know who's going to read that. I don't know.
So you're putting on a show? You're putting on an outfit? You're not putting the real me show on social media?
I'm not putting on a show.
Because I'm putting the real Phil on social media.
No, when you read my tweets, you will see it's the real me. But what I don't feel a need to do, I don't feel a need to say that. I can say that was rubbish. I don't need to say it's effing rubbish. It's not like...
It's expressive, it's not expletive. It's taken in a completely different context when you say it's effing... The same as I can say it's effing marvellous.
All right, so let me quote you.
I'm having an effing great time on here today, do you know what I mean?
So Gary
I can say it like
Lineker...
that, and it just amplifies what I'm saying and puts it in a bigger picture.
But Gary Lineker, for example, I'll read a couple of tweets before I bring everyone else in. So here's an example on the 18th of June. Get in, you effing beauty.
Absolutely. And you can imagine him stood on his chair like that. Harry! Do you know what I mean? And if he scores again this afternoon, I'd expect exactly the same. Because that's passion, and that's believing, and that's saying who you are. Not getting politically correct and going, oh, well done, Harry. He scored a goal, you know. No! No way! It don't happen like that, does it? Sorry, Michelle, you're all wrong on this one.
So I take it you disagree with me. Yeah. So that's one out of my camp.
Right, so I'm out there. I didn't give you that much of a hard time, did I?
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. And also, I am like you. I don't know why, but I feel uncomfortable when I see a swear word in writing.
Yeah.
I think when you write something, it makes it much more powerful than even when you say it. And you can never take writing back. You know, once it's on paper or on a screen, it's there. You can't take it back. So for me, I do think that people in positions of influence, i.e. our tweeter-in-chief, should actually be much more responsible. And I don't think anybody really needs... You don't need to swear on Twitter or anywhere in public in the same way. I think keep that for your friends.
I don't tweet anything like as much as you. I would never, ever put that in a tweet. But I tell you what, to underscore what you say...
Why wouldn't you?
Because I do swear too much, but that's a product of a newspaper industry or media industry where people swear, and I'm not particularly proud of it, but I do swear far too much. But they've been being on the radio and TV, you learn to self-censor, so I stop there. But the difference is you could ask the person in my life, if I'm mildly angry, I might get... Last night was an effing disaster, da, da, da. If she sees the word, and it's only happened twice, she sees the word spelt out, she knows there's a real big row, and she rings up, so, oh, my God, what's gone wrong? So you're right, the power, which I think Mr Lineker has lost, because it's too often.
Yes.
It's too often.
Lost it.
I hear what you're saying, but it should be something that has such impact. So that all the time I've been going with this girl, she's had two, Kevin, I'll phrase this, I've written the word twice. Well, maybe three. I've written the word twice, and by God, she knows that there's a problem to address.
No, I'm still, you know, people who know me, and from my sort of like background, it's a barrack room background, you know what I mean, or a dressing room background, as in Gary's case.
Ex-military.
But he's had a dressing room background and all that sort of stuff, and it is almost, you know, people do swear.
Hello, we know what that's supposed to be.
I think Gary just uses it as an intensifier.
Well, I can tell you what Gary thinks, and then let me tell you what Gary thinks, and then so what Gary came back and said
to you or on Twitter.
Well, he's blocked because he's blocked me now because I called him out on it, and I got blocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, to the tiny minority, I like swearing because it adds emphasis occasionally. I don't do it on telly, as obviously you probably don't watch football to hear what I've got to say. But on Twitter, you can always unfollow if a few letters put together to form a word offends you. So what do you think, Rachel?
Well, you know, Gary tweets in a personal capacity, and it's his choice to use the words he does, and they may offend some people. And I think that, you know, I think you had a point when you called him out on it, because he's got millions and millions of followers. Many children follow Gary Lineker.
Is he a role model?
And he is a role model.
Whether he likes
it or
not.
role model.
And to boys, probably. I mean, I know girls like soccer before anybody goes down, but you've got to think on that, don't you?
Yeah, you do. I think Michelle has a point. I just want to say something about Robbie Williams's flipping the bird, because there was more of a backstory to that, which is that he got a lot of hate on social media for doing the opening ceremony in the world for the World Cup, and people said, you know, you're taking blood money, Putin's a this and that, and you know, you've got no standards, you know, he did it for nothing. And I think that's why he sang "I Did It for Free," and then because I think that he was
with him swearing at the end.
Because he was countering the lies that had been peddled on social media and that were doing giving him reputational damage, and I think he was upset.
He was expressing himself.
He was expressing himself.
But other people...
Go on, you go first. I apologise. I want to throw out a few new suggestions, new words to use instead of swear words. OK, we ready?
Yeah.
How about fudge nuggets?
What?
Sugar.
Fudge nugget.
Fiddlesticks. Great Scott. Merlin's beard. Shooks. Dagnammit. Holy cow. Mother smucker. I'll use that one for you. Pluck it, or even shiitake mushrooms.
I'm going to use that, you massive fudge nugget.
How long will it be before those words become offensive? Do you know what I mean? How long will it be before someone goes, oh, we can't say fudge knuckle?
While they're not offensive, we can use those.
And then we'll go back to the swear words, shall we? Come on, I just want to express myself, please.
And here are some other celebrities who've expressed themselves. It's not just Messrs Lineker and Williams. Let's take a look at some others. Lily Allen. Unpopular opinion, Farage will be back leading UKIP soon and they will win a general election within 5 years unless everyone wakes the F up. To Jeremy Clarkson, motor mouth himself, I effing love Detroit. Oh, God knows why, I certainly don't. And Jess Phillips, apparently this one might have been suggested for you, Rachel, tweeted to someone who called her a Tory, F off, plain and simple as that. So,
that's direct.
Yes, that's right. So there's a lot of people doing it, Michelle.
I just think it's... And by the way, I'm not offended. I don't see that word, the F word, and go, oh, my God, I'm so offended, let me sit in a safe space and cry. I'm not like that. But what I'm saying is, it's not like I'm offended. And if you'd have seen the reaction that I got when I'd messaged Gary Lineker, really? I have never seen, like... I wish that I'd got some examples
in
to share.
favour or against?
They were calling me the S word. There were C words.
No.
Oh, my goodness
Shut the front
me.
door.
That's
enough from you. But before we go, we've just got time for this. Female reporters have faced sexism in sport for decades, but at this year's World Cup, some have had enough. Julia Guimarães, reporting for a Brazilian TV channel, had just finished filming in Russia when a massive of a fan decided to show his affection for her. Needless to say, she wasn't having any of it.
Don't do this. Never do this again, okay? I'm sorry. Don't do this. I don't allow you to do that. Never. Okay? This is not polite. This is not right. Never do this. Never do this to a woman, okay? Respect.
For standing up for harassed women everywhere, Ms. Guimaraes, you are definitely our straight talker of the week.
Good girl.
Fair play to her.
Fair play.
It's good to see one of my exes working again.
Never do this again.
Oh, man. No, it's totally right. Credit to her. You can't.
Yeah.
I bet he won't do it again.
He
I
won't
bet he
do
won't
it
be doing
again.
that again
Good
in a
for
hurry.
her.
Yeah.
And of course, the
absolutely.
swear word deployed in the correct manner.
Yes.
According to some people.
Absolutely.
Yes. I'll let her
He
off for
hadn't
that.
got the Me Too
This-
memo at all,
This
had he?
World Cup has been a triumph for women because there was commentary done absolutely brilliantly by, I'm afraid I can't remember which particular commentator it was, but the first ever World Cup game. One of the women on the panel, an English female player,
Yes.
my God, she
She's
gave some
fabulous.
She was good, wasn't she?
fantastic
Yeah,
insight.
very good.
So
Yeah.
I think this World Cup's been a real forward step for people, for
I
women, and
agree.
particularly in sport.
It was
Yeah.
Vicky Sparks.
Vicky Sparks, well done to you. Yeah, great work.
That's it for this week, but if you'd like to join in the debate, just search for The Pledge on Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for watching.